Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another session of Shoot the Shit Saturday. It is I, Obsolete 2003. I'm here with Espionage DB7.
The one and only.
Yes, and we are here with our special guest, Hugo Simpson.
Hello.
Would you like some fish heads, Hugo?
Hugo? Who's
Yep.
this Hugo?
Hubu. The kids can call you Hoji.
What? I don't know what. I meant Hugo. Would you like some fish heads? Delicious
Sorry,
fish
ruined
heads.
the joke. We'll save it for later. But no, I made a pigeon rat.
Did you?
Anyway.
I've been practicing. I made a pigeon rat.
Yes, so this was previously recorded, but
It's the 1st
It's
of November.
Devil's Night.
yes.
Or actually the 2nd of November.
Yes, so
When
it's
you hear
technically
this in the future.
it is technically Devil's Night, but yes, it will be in November when this is being aired. So it's kind of great. So hopefully everyone had a good Halloween.
Yes.
We're talking about the past tense for the future tense that's yet to happen.
What in the hell? That just. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I know what you're
Talking
talking
in
about, but
past
you
tense
worded it
versus
in like the most complicated,
It makes
asinine way
complete sense.
possible.
It made perfect
You're being-
sense.
No, it
Ignorant.
did not. No, shut up. That is not your
You
new
understand that
catchphrase.
reference?
Yes.
While you're watching this, get it.
Everybody. Well,
no, yeah, they'll see it before.
yes, they will, but shut up. I mean, that's not your new. You have a catchphrase. You don't get a new one.
multiple catchphrases.
No, everybody gets one catchphrase. You get one, and that's it.
I get multiple names, get multiple catchphrases.
That doesn't.
It's a pretty solid logic.
That is not. Anyway, I would like to start the night off with something, if I may.
Is this gonna be a huge rant?
Okay, you know what? I'm leaving.
It's a rant. Oh, there he goes. He's walking out the door.
As a matter of fact, what I was gonna say is yes, I actually am going to be leaving, at least for the month. You will see much less of me over the coming months, just because
Months?
of not months. I'm sorry, month over the.
I'm dying. I'm dying.
Are you?
That's what you sounds like you're saying.
No, I'm not dying.
I mean, well,
All right.
I'm dying.
I'd like to start over by making the announcement that for the month
There's
of
no
November.
do-overs.
Shut up! I'm making the announcement that for the month of
announcement
November
saying
I will
forever.
be absentee due to the fact that I have some work-related things that have come up that I need to get taken care of. Basically, for anybody who may not know, I am. Even though I currently am not working in the field of insurance, I am a licensed insurance agent, and I have to take licensing courses and exams once every 2 years before my license expires. And it expires on a person's birthday, which my birthday is actually at the end of November, and I have not done mine. And I think it's about 70 hours. I have a few different licenses, so it's about 70 hours of classes and certification and whatnot that I have to take, and I have not gotten on it. So that, on top of the fact that I plan to start my annual Christmas card. For anybody who doesn't know, I do an annual Christmas card that you'll be exposed to in some point in December. But yeah, so more than likely you'll see less of me on the games. I may pop in on the Shoot the Shits every once in a while, but Obs will be back in the captain's seat for the month of November.
He's always been in the captain's seat.
He's not wrong.
Either.
You are not okay. I am the glue that holds this together. I mean, I have created such a foundation for this that I have actually created the slack for myself to
The
leave
people who laid the
without
bricks aren't the people who are in charge of the company.
you. I could pull the plug on this whole thing, and then we'll see who's in charge of what. I'll pull all the plugs. You know, shoot.
You're not gonna be here, so what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe this will be a more permanent thing, and see how you fare.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Anyways,
We'll see what
moving
you
on.
do without my
You know
humor,
what's gonna
without
happen
my
when he's gone?
unique
General
brand.
jousting every day.
Yeah, that'll put the butts in the
Live
seats.
streams. We'll give the people what they want.
Yeah, live, right? With you and him in person, in living color.
You wish.
That's what you want. Earlier, you were talking about making out with him.
What?
It was off video, but you know what you said.
No.
You said the thing.
You said the thing. You know what this sounds like? Ignorance.
So, how is everyone, aside from S and his leave of absence for this month?
I'm doing well.
Heartbreaking.
I had a crazy weekend.
Yeah, how crazy was it?
I saw a movie. I went shooting, and I got a tattoo.
Nice.
What did you get tattooed?
Vampire fangs, like those little plastic ones.
Fang baby? That ain't no
Yeah,
baby.
see? I committed to it.
That's cool.
Got a baby next to it. Yeah,
What movie
apparently, I'm
did you
great
see?
at headshots.
Really?
Yeah, didn't know.
Did
It's
you?
fun. Video games taught me well.
Practicing for the zombie apocalypse?
Was it
Yeah,
a pistol or a rifle?
pistol.
Nice.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Or freaking bazookas? Never mind.
What?
I've always wanted to kill you, but I stopped
What?
him from killing you. I mean,
What?
I don't know what
I
the
had a
hell he's
thought.
talking about.
I had a
Like
thought,
taking the
then
seat
it's
of
like,
absent.
never mind.
He's talking about bazookas and wanting to kill someone and
I went to a firing range and shot a gun. Like, oh, I'm gonna bazooka. What?
I stopped him from killing you, and he's gonna shoot your face off with a bazooka.
I have
I'm not
no idea
drunk.
what the hell he's
What's going
talking
on?
about. I don't know.
I haven't been able to gather my thoughts yet. Anyway, who's got a topic?
Wait, I'm still hearing about his weekend. He said he fired a
Yeah.
gun.
Well,
So,
okay, fine. Yeah, shoot the tattoo.
and so,
The tattoo.
oh, you were at a firing range then?
Yeah, it's indoor. Guns are loud. Scary loud.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of guns,
Yes.
baby.
that ain't no baby.
So, and not a what?
I hear a voice.
Yes,
Someone's coming from the crowd.
There we go.
Who's that masked man?
joining us live via satellite phone.
Yes. How's it
Let's
going?
ring. Let's ring, everybody.
Or is it?
Ring? Hello?
Maybe it's some technical difficulties.
Yes.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, well, that's ring.
That's ring.
Seems to be
Anyway, shooting was done. Anyway, shooting was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun.
Wow.
The Lighthouse is a good movie. I suggest you go see it.
Nice.
Is that a horror? I haven't even
Yeah.
heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's like a horror thriller.
I live a very secluded life with no
Well-
knowledge of pop culture.
If it doesn't
I mean-
involve Gordon Freeman, he doesn't know anything about it.
I haven't even mentioned Gordon Freeman in forever.
Gordon Freeman.
Saved my life.
Erotica. Anyway, how was everyone else's weeks?
Not bad.
I got to enjoy a couple of movies this week.
Oh yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
That
And-
people have watched.
Yep.
Yes.
And managed to finally watch Joker.
Oh, we can do a spoiler cast on that.
Spoiler cast. I like that term.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Is that a... Oh, I was about to ask you if that's original.
No, it's not at all. I watch a lot of content on the internet.
But yes, I did finally get to see Joker. And I loved it.
Are we going to talk about that right now?
Should we?
I don't think we did Obs this week.
That's fine. We can go into it.
All right.
All right.
Well, in
So
that
Joker
case,
spoilers starting now.
spoilers alert. Spoilers alert. Is that what I said? I don't. My mouth is not working right. It's not.
Joker's been out for 3 weeks. If you wanted to see, you probably saw it by now.
At least you should have seen it by now. If not, if
should
you
have.
haven't, now's your chance to. We'll try to put something in the thing, the timestamp, to kind of give you a heads up of when we go into the next segment, so that way you can.
But yes, spoilers ahead for them.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, right
But-
off the bat, it's the new #1 R-rated film. It surpasses Deadpool, so it's the new top dog right now for R-rated films.
And are rated. I mean, essentially, it's still in that comic book movie purview. So, and Deadpool was the one that had that previous distinction, so it's even past that, right? Although I don't know if you can say you'd call it a superhero movie. Obviously, it's not. It's a villain side of things. So, but I really did like it. I think they portrayed his descent into madness very, very well. There is one question I've been dying to ask, and I did not look into it yet because I did want to ask this question. That laughing disorder that they say he has, is that a real thing? Are the people that just can not control their laughter and just start laughing like that?
Kind of like Tourette's.
So it is something
I
real?
think so.
Yeah, especially when in the movie, when he came across the file on his mom, and basically her deadbeat boyfriends beat the shit out of him. They said that he suffered from brain trauma.
Yeah, it's what essentially led him down the start down that path. But yeah, I really did like it. So basically, just to give a synopsis of the movie for any who may be interested, the story takes place in mid-70s. A struggling average Joe wants to have a life of a stand-up comedian. He is basically trying to scrape by. He has very little going for him. He lives with his infirm mother. He takes care of her. He's on medication. He has a disorder which basically at any point in time, especially if something in his life goes awry, he will start laughing pretty much uncontrollably in these fits. He slowly but surely, his life just goes into a downward spiral as little things start happening to him. Very start of the movie, he gets mugged, working as a clown outside of like a appliance store or something like that, holding up advertisements for them. Sign gets stolen. They beat him up. He gets fired for that. Somebody gives him a gun to protect himself. At one of his other jobs, the gun falls out, and this job happens to be at a children's hospital, which essentially causes him to get fired from that job as well. Loses his job, starts to find out more and more about his past and the fact that, like Obbs brought up earlier, that he was abused as a child, and his mother, who he thought cared about him, basically was a very abusive and neglectful person. He starts fantasizing about having a fling with somebody who has no reciprocity for his feelings whatsoever, and it's just blow after blow after blow of psychological trauma that eventually turned him into this killer, this psychopath. And one of the things that I actually commented to Obbs about the movie that I really liked is that it remained faithful to the psychology of a serial killer. Because one thing that I've heard about pretty much all serial killers, you know, your Ted Bundys and your Berkowitz and your Eileen Wuornos and basically all of these killers, John Wayne Gacy, after their first victim, they will have a cooling off period. They will basically not kill anybody for a while. And this is usually to see if they're going to be right away visited from the cops, if they're going to, you know, get away with it or not. It's a period of shock and a period of like thinking of realization, like what did I do? But at the same time, it gives them that little lust for power, and they kind of learn to live with what it is that they did. Once they realize that I got away with this, or once they feel like I got away with this, then the frequency of killings will increase and get more and more gruesome and even creative, dare I say, because they'll find new and unique ways of killing people, while at the same time kind of leaving their own little signature on it. So I definitely thought that it was faithful to that psychology of a killer. He didn't go on like a killing rampage. It was methodical. Serial killers will pick their victims, which seems like something that he did do. So I thought it was a very good psychology piece that didn't feel at all like a comic book movie. But that's my 2 cents on that.
Look,
Yes.
no, I'm saying, I think I told Obs this. I felt like it was another movie in a comic books movie skin. Like it was a different script, and then they said, you know what, let's just paint Joker on this.
It's very possible.
Because, like, I don't know, it just isn't. It didn't seem like any other Joker story, which is fine, doesn't need to be. But I don't know, just the references to it. A lot of people keep saying it was a lot like Taxi Driver. And that King Comedy movie that apparently wasn't a thing that we've seen.
I saw that years ago. I don't even remember it very well, but yeah, it definitely had some Taxi Driver elements. But I really liked it. There was I know I've already gone off on a bit of a lengthy soliloquy, for lack of a better term, but there was a
you mean rant? I can see his face even though I'm not there.
You're on point.
Woo.
You were saying?
So I can't seem to say anything without it being a rant.
Let's just take it easy. Settle down. Continue.
As I've said before, okay, a rant, a tirade is just a nonsensical string of words strung together that have no rhyme or reason. I was actually going into what I thought was a very intellectual conversation, stating my points of views along with a synopsis of the story. And I eloquently put out there, as eloquently as I could think to do, put out there what the basis, the premise of this movie was, as well as my thoughts into the psychology of a killer, and it's called a rant. That's what you lowbrow, know-nothing, know-it-alls can just come back with. That, and then here in 5-4, you're ignorant. That's what I get.
It sounds like you're getting pretty worked up over there.
It is.
All I'm saying is we were having
this is descent into madness.
I feel like we were having a discussion that.
And now you turn into a rant.
It is not a rant. It is not a rant. It's not a rant. You'll know when it's a rant.
Getting back to the movie. If we can get past this rant.
If I can finish my thought. And I know that as soon as I bring this up, it's actually. Hang on, hold on 1 second. Hang on. Do you have a pen?
Maybe.
Can I borrow one?
What are you gonna do?
Technical. Well, not even. Just bear with me. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Quiet. I'm gonna do something here. Hang on 1 second.
For people at home, how are you? Mr. Coffee.
All right. At any rate, what I was about to say, before I've been rudely interrupted on a multitude of times, there was something that I was reminded of, that I was actually a line that I came up with for one of my stories that I have not yet published or put out on the internet. As some people may know, I like to write stories, and I have aspirations of maybe becoming a novelist at some point. But one of the characters has a line that he says, when you've suffered a severe amount of psychological trauma, it can affect you in one of three ways, or you can let it affect you in one of three ways. You can let it change you, let it turn you into a killer and a madman, and a psychopath. You can let it break you, turn you into a quivering mass of flesh, just weeping in a fetal position in the corner of a padded room, or you can let it make you a better person. You can look back on the things that you've survived, the things that you've gone through, and essentially realize, I was strong enough to overcome this. I was strong enough to beat this. And that actually came to mind while I was watching this movie, because I kind of feel like it's the same exact thing with him. He could have let it break him, he could have let it change him, or he could have let it make him stronger. And it seems like the path that he came under, I should say, was the fact that he let it change him. Because I do not think he was inherently a bad person to begin with, but everything, basically life shitting on him, turned him into the Joker.
Yeah, it was a lot of bad hands he's been dealt, and then it's just kind of went with it. And especially when he was given that gun, that was kind of the other part that helped didn't help him go into this. And the one thing I thought that I saw it a second time, and the one part that kind of popped in my head was every time he was going home, and he was going up the long stairs up, he was always dreading, always taking his time, the way the music was playing, the way it was showing that he had to make that long trek going up, kind of uphill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, when he's the Joker, he's descending into the madness where he's just skipping along, he's doing this little
A physical as well as a symbolic descent.
Yes. And every time he go up the stairs, he was like just head down, shoulders slumped, just trying to make that go up, that upwards climb. But then as he fully became the Joker and he was doing his little dance going down, it's just like, yeah, he's gone. It's the point of no return. But it was a good movie. I liked it. It was pretty dark. It had some pretty graphic moments and some parts that could be kind of unsettling. But
I liked the portrayal of Thomas Wayne in that movie. It's one of the first times that I've seen in comics or a movie where Thomas Wayne isn't portrayed as this, like, holier than thou, or not even holier than thou, but just like this goody two shoes, can do no wrong person. He's always like this humanitarian that is giving to all kinds of charities, and just such a great man. And part of this can be that he's remembered idealistically by his son, and that's how he's recounted by Bruce. But the fact that they made him into a politician that had his own share of scandals and his own share of greed, and he wasn't that altruistic, I'm 100% good guy. He was actually more a true to life character that, despite maybe having some good policies, he had his own share of scandals and slights. And I thought that was a really cool portrayal. I really did like how they depicted him.
yeah, I'm curious if it's going to be like a standalone movie, or I don't know if they're going to try and franchise it out.
I hope
maybe.
it is.
So, Hugo, I know that you got out of your basement, or actually, I should say attic, to watch this movie. All right.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? I haven't heard your thoughts at all on this yet.
At first I didn't like it as much as everyone said, because it was hyped up too much. Like, oh, it's so great. And it took me a while. I was like, actually, yeah, it's pretty good. But I watching different videos about it, different people's interpretations. And one interpretation I really liked was how this movie was like baited in the media. Like,
Baited?
oh, it's gonna. Yeah, like the media is like, oh man, people are gonna shoot up.
Oh yeah, I remember
places
hearing
like-
about that.
Yeah, like they wanted it to happen, And they were like, "Oh, it'll be a story," and nothing happened because like this movie's not about that. It's like really pro mental health things. Like the reason he went so crazy because his programs got shut down, and he wasn't able to get his medicine, and he was just shat on by society. He was overlooked, and that
Yeah,
made the Joker.
yeah. This is the tragic
Like, huh.
Joker. It's not the chaotic Joker.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But it has this weird like mental health angle where it's like, oh, maybe we should have helped this person, or these programs would have really benefited him, and we had this fucking madman.
yeah, it's definitely had a lot of social commentary, even things that are relevant
Yeah.
today.
I didn't really see that at first, but then hearing that, I was like, oh, that makes it much more interesting.
I have a question. I'm not sure. The person at the end, the caseworker that's working with him at the very end when he walks out with the bloody shoe prints, it's the same one from the beginning, right? Or is it a
No,
different?
I don't think so.
It's a different one.
No, it was someone else.
I thought it was somebody else, but I wasn't sure. Because it would make sense. At first I thought, okay, so he's got his revenge on her because of the way he snapped. It's like they go in, have sessions, and he never gets any help. You know, it's always like, you don't listen to me. I haven't been happy for a long. I've never been happy, or whatever he says. And she's like, how's work
All I
going?
have is negative thoughts.
Exactly. All I have is negative thoughts. So it's like, it would have been, I guess, cathartic for him to get a little bit of revenge on her, but kind of wonder
She
how
was
the
just
hell.
a caseworker. She was just a person trying to do her job.
I didn't say I wanted him to kill her. I said it would have been cathartic for him.
No, I get it, but that's also a thing too. It's like she said, like, you know, they don't care about people like us, like her too. She got shut on.
Yeah, I'm sure that she was probably just a very low-paid worker, just doing a daily grind. So it's kind of like, to her, it's like there's no love of the job or anything like that. It's just like, I'm here. I'm getting shot on by the system just as well. I wonder how he killed her at the end. Probably a pen or something.
I don't know. We kind of left that up to interpretation.
Yeah, but
It was good though.
yeah, I liked it. The first time I saw it, I liked it a lot, and then saw it the second time, and I liked it just as much. But yeah, to Hugo's point about like the whole mental health, and especially at the end when he has this crescendo with De Niro's character, and he said, "Had I been like one of you or someone rich, like the whole world would come groveling, but since I'm just an average Joe, everyone just walks right over me and just leaves me there to die." And which, yeah,
Should we talk at all about the age difference between the Joker and Batman? Because, like, Joaquin Phoenix, or the character he's portraying, probably about mid to late 30s at this point. Bruce Wayne maybe 12 years old. Witnesses his parents get killed at this point in time when the riots and everything are happening. So by the time he grows up to be Batman, it's going to be at least another 15, 20 years. So are we going to have an elderly Joker facing off against
Be
Batman?
the shit out of an old man.
it's gonna be that even older Jack Nicholson.
Wait until they get a load of me.
Yeah, no, so I'm hoping this isn't like, sequels. Unless he inspires a new Joker.
That would kind of be a weird avenue to start taking. But yeah, I thought he did a great job. I liked everything about it except maybe that time. I feel like it didn't really need that origin story. I feel like they had to insert that in there. It's kind of like the Batman origin could have already happened, could have come at a later point. Or it's like, I feel like that didn't necessarily have to be in there. There was no real purpose.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it was another movie and they painted Joker on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a whole element that wasn't necessary. I'm not going to say it fully detracted from it, but it wasn't necessary. It's just for the people to get that the comic book fans to get that, like, oh, it's Batman.
Yeah. That fake relationship he had, I thought it was gonna be like their version of Harley Quinn, since how cool she was. Like, oh yeah, I deserve to die.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too, in a
And
way.
I was like, nah, this is all fake, which makes sense because As soon as she comes up, like, "Hey, were you following me?" Like, "Yeah, I was. I got a gun." It's like, "Oh, she's all cool with this." Like,
Yeah,
this isn't real.
exactly. It's
This
like,
is not real.
um, I had a thought and I lost it.
Nothing
You
new.
lost your mind.
I was gonna say something, and it
Well,
was
while you think about that, just a while back we did have a talk about the Jokers, and we had them stacked and with our tiers of which Jokers, I guess the top three. Now that Esp has seen the movie, and you too, Hugo, and I probably have to reevaluate it myself. But I guess I'll talking to Esp first. How do you now stack your Jokers?
that's a good question, and it's kind of hard to answer because it's like Hugo said earlier. I'm not. This is kind of like something that has been painted as a Joker, although for all intents and purposes he essentially is a Joker. But I kind of feel like he's all like in a league of his own almost. It's not the same as the other ones. But I did say previously my top three were Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, and Jack Nicholson. I feel like just based on performance alone, the commitment to the role and the passion that is put into it, I feel like Jack. I'm sorry because I like
No,
you as an actor, but I gotta push him out of my top three. Just based purely on performance and commitment to the role, I'm going to keep Mark Hamill at the top, possibly and probably because he's done the role for so long, and I'm so familiar with him, and he has such a range of Joker. Like in the animated series, he can be a goofy, cartoony, silly type Joker, and in the Arkham games, he can be demented and psychotic. So he has such a range as a Joker. So, just for the length of time and the range he has as on the role, I have to keep him as my first. I'm going to insert Joaquin Phoenix as number two, and which would push Heath Ledger's down to number three, and pushes Jack Nicholson out of my top three. So he's number four now. So that's the restructuring of my top three Jokers.
What about you, Hugo?
It's going Mark, Heath, then this Joker.
What about Jay Leno? I mean,
Jay Leno.
Jared
It
Leto.
would be a horrifying Joker.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto doesn't exist. He's a figment of your imagination.
You know the fucked up thing was that when they were doing the previews in the beginning, they were talking about some of the people that portrayed the Joker, and they
Yeah.
completely on purpose, because they kind of mentioned him as a passing thought. Jared Leto, they completely disregarded him as a Joker, which I was
He's
like,
a passing thought.
was it that bad? I haven't seen Suicide Squad.
It's trash. You
Is it-
want to look at trash? Just go stare at garbage for like 2 hours.
That was pretty bad.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Well, they're already making
There's no redeeming.
a sequel, Birds of Prey. Isn't that a sequel to Suicide Squad?
I don't know what they're
I
doing.
think Harley Quinn's getting her own movie.
Well, it's something, but it's called Birds of Prey,
Yeah,
Bird
it's
of
not
Prey or
Suicide
something.
Squad.
and it's
They're bringing another Suicide Squad, but they have James Gunn doing it. So that might be better.
Yeah, it'll be
But
interesting.
anyway, that concludes your Joker
Yeah.
spoilers.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you joined us after, you missed a lot.
Quick follow up to a topic that we brought up last week, though. Fallout 76 and their Fallout First shit. When we were talking about it, I think it was just on the cusp of release, or it hadn't fully released yet, or whatever. But basically, since we last talked about it, a lot has come out about it. Now, apparently, this $99 a month subscription to an already shit game is 100% broken. Or not 100% broken, but it's broken. Apparently, the fucking scrap extra loot space box that you were gonna get, you know what that shit's doing? You put stuff in there for storage, and it deletes it. like you lose it. So like if you store a ton of shit that you'd been holding on to, scrap items, armor or whatever, and you put it into this new storage that you get as part of the subscription, you lose it. It's gone. It's deleted. Another thing, they had mentioned that private worlds were going to be a thing. Basically, you could get private worlds for just you and your friends to play on. And it turns out that these private worlds, A, are not so private because there's other people wandering into them, and B, they're worlds that have already been looted and have already been, like
Wah, wah, wah.
exactly. It's got so much things wrong with it. Apparently, the NCR Ranger armor wasn't displaying properly. Sometimes it was the glitch that we got. It was showing them as naked, so it was just a stupid thing.
I was
That
hearing
sounds horrible.
some tidbits about that. That it was just pretty much just another shit show from the get go, but that's Bethesda for you and their Fallout, which seems to be the direction they're going, and they're gonna support this for a while. So it's gonna be their cash cow. But hopefully, it just blows up in their face.
I don't even know if
Isn't
Bethesda.
Outer Worlds like the new thing that came out that's gonna kill it?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. It's made by Obsidian, who are the people that made Fallout New Vegas, and I've been hearing really good things about that. That if you really want the Fallout experience, basically fuck Fallout 76, go to new Outer Worlds, which is something that I'd like to do maybe in December.
Yeah, I'm not really into those kind of games, but that's what I've been hearing at least.
Yes, I've been seeing it as well. I haven't obtained the game just yet, but that's what I've been hearing as well, that this is what Fallout should have been, and pretty much anyone who's tries Outer Worlds, that they may not go back to Fallout just because this is a much better game.
Fallout has just been fail after fail after fail after fail lately. It's just been just fucking. It's been a shit show.
Don't you guys have phones?
That was Diablo.
Yeah, same people though.
No, Diablo's Blizzard.
What? I thought it was. I don't know.
Yeah, Diablo's Blizzard. Blizzard Activision. This is Bethesda.
They all kind of
Which
shit with
they all kind of blend together now.
They're all doing stupid shit.
Yeah, it's different companies, but it boils down to greed, which is what, for Blizzard as well as Bethesda, just pretty much taking a shit with what they're doing. That's why, again, going back to Outer Worlds, that they released the game. There was no pre-order DLC. There was no world maps or live services or in regards to anything. It's a whole game in of itself, and like here it
That
is.
don't happen.
Yeah, so like that's a big thing. It's like they made a game, they're releasing it. It's like no DLC, no anything, no extra add-ons. It's like this is the game.
That's horrible. That's nostalgic.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? It's just fucking.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. There's some cool stuff that happens with DLC. You know.
If it's done right, then it's
Yeah, no, yeah.
But when it's like EA or whatever, where they're just hitting you with
Oh,
like
yeah.
loot boxes and surprise mechanics and all that bullshit, then that's just out of hand.
Anybody
Speaking of
played?
shit shows, have you seen the new WWE game?
I heard about that. I heard that it was shit.
That thing's a shit show. If you can show a clip of like the glitches or one or two, like man, that's amazing. I seen one where like their heads are huge and like the hair is like tentacles.
The fuck, like
attacking.
bobblehead type shit?
Yeah, it's weird. No, like it's so weird. I don't know if it's like the thing in the game, but the hair's like glitching out, so it's like tentacles attacking.
What the fuck? The Gorgon?
Yeah, it's amazing. The glitches are amazing.
We'll have to look for that. But yeah, I not specifics, but I did hear that it was bad. And I mean, me and Obs have played on a couple of occasions WWE 2K19, and I really wanted to enjoy that game because I enjoy wrestling games, and from exactly from our we've had a couple Fallback Friday wrestling games, and those games are even going back to the arcade. I mean, remember how much fun we had on the arcade wrestling games?
Yeah.
And then we had the N64 one. I mean, those games are fun. They should be a simple premise, just fighting, wrestling, hitting each other with chairs. It's fun. And WWE 2K19 was a drag. It's like it did not feel fun. It's like it felt almost like this should be fun. There's something here. There's like a pretense of fun. There is something here that under the surface I feel like I should be having fun, but I'm not, and I wasn't. And it was slow paced. The controls felt overly complicated and
Super clunky.
Yeah, clunky, and it's just like I don't know what they're doing with it. Shouldn't be a hard
I
formula.
hear they went from wrestling games to like a simulator game.
A stimulator?
A simulator.
He
Yep,
said
heard it.
stimulator, right? I heard him say stimulator.
It was simulator.
He said stimulator. Is that the new VR
Listen,
experience?
I'm not talking about this ignorance right now. Anyway, they gone for like the simulator, like you're simulating the matches instead of actually like playing. No.
So do you feel the blows? Can you break the bones?
And he gets mad when we tell him that he's ranting.
I'm not ranting.
No, I didn't see you ranting right now.
But
But I can feel it.
just not too long ago, we had our second thing of WrestleFest. We were playing some of the classic games on the N64, and those games are so fun to play. And they're like the only little minor thing was like the shadows. You can see the polygons.
Yeah.
But like,
When there's more like fighting games or like beat 'em ups.
Who cares? They're fun.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They were more fun that way.
Yeah. It's like imagine taking like WWF No Mercy or WCW NWO Revenge and putting modern day graphics on those. Same exact controls, just modern day graphics. Imagine how badass that would be. But now you have, like, there were all these different meters on the fucking screen that I didn't even
Yeah.
fucking know what the hell they meant. It's
You know
like,
what they should do? They should make it as a mode, that old mode, and they new updates, but it's just a mode.
just like a
And
classic.
people love that mode. Yeah.
And they'd probably like love it. Like that's why games like Super Smash Brothers are still so popular because they are fast-paced, action-driven, fun fighting games. It's not a simulator like fucking Hand Simulator was better than that.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that here.
But yeah, but I heard about that. I saw some videos where like the bottom rope was just swinging around like a tentacle. The person was like they're having a seizure in the ring. It was just looked bad, looked real bad. It's for a new game, which I'm pretty sure is still selling at $60 a pop.
Oh shoot, I'm
For
sure.
it to be
That
much
broken?
trash, yeah.
This is the thing, man. Games are just coming out broken. Like the PS5 is gonna be fully digital, right? Just to
No, there's gonna be disc.
there will be a disc slot.
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say that's the thing. They can just release these copies of these games now and they just patch it as they want. And then if they feel like a certain product isn't selling for them, they can just abandon their roadmap. They're under no obligation anymore. But I mean, even with disc, they can do that. But I'm relieved to find out that there's going to be discs
They
involved.
did that with Destiny because the original. I know you're not too familiar with the game, but basically in the first Destiny game, they had like this little floating a Rubik's cube looking thing, and it was voiced by Peter Dinklage. He did the whole voice actor of this cube, and it's just kind of like your companion, and that was the disc. But then for some reason or another, when that was a whole other shit show, we won't get into the specifics, but basically after the game was finished, the powers to be decided they didn't like Peter Dinklage voice acting in the game, that right after the game came out they had someone else do the voice acting for it. So with the new patch that went through, they just completely kind of erased them. Yeah.
Overrode it.
Yep. So
He got dubbed.
pretty much they put in this new voice actor and just completely replaced them.
And it sucked.
Yeah. So I
Well,
mean, that's one of those things. You can have the disc copy, but the moment you pop it in, you connect to the internet. It's like update, just like that.
so basically, if you don't have an internet connection and play the original, that's the only way to get the original Peter Dinklage.
I think even then, if
Yeah,
your system updated, sometimes like,
exactly.
oh, you need to update to the latest version.
Yeah.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
It's a scary beast. You don't own your games anymore.
yeah. Well, at any rate, switching gears a bit. End of the year is coming.
Year. Sorry.
End of the year is coming. What games you guys gonna be playing for 2020? I know I do. I do.
What I've been playing. League of Legends. Sorry.
Is that cross-platform?
No, but it'll work on any PC because it's free to play. Listen, if it works on my potato, I'll play it on my PS4. And it's usually just fighting games.
I'm
there.
gonna.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna try to get like I said I'll be absentee for the month of November, but I'm gonna try to get Outer Worlds because I do want to play that. Games I'm most looking forward to, I'd probably say would be Outer Worlds, Cyberpunk, and Doom Eternal. Which, by the way,
Yeah, those are coming out next
finished
year,
up.
though.
I will be finished out. Well, I said 2020. I
Oh,
did
they
say
meant the rest of this year. If we're talking about next year,
I said
it's
2020.
it's Doom, Animal Crossing, and Last of Us.
I would
In
definitely
that
say
order.
I would definitely say Last of Us if I had a PS 4 or 5. But yeah, from for me it's
Sorry, there's a meme that was like the duality of man. Because Doom and Animal Crossing come out the same day.
the duality of man.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh shit, man! There's so many games that it's not even funny that buying video games is my crack, and all these games. I still need to get Borderlands 3. I need to get Outer Worlds. Death Stranding comes out this month, November. That's the
God.
PS4 exclusive, so that's coming out. Then next year, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to finish any of these games. I'm just going to be going back and forth, as well as the backlog of all the other games I've already started, have yet to finish. But going into next year, it's Cyberpunk, Dying Light 2, The Last of Us, Doom. Shit, there's so many games. A lot of these games are coming out right at the beginning of the year as
You an
well.
Animal Crossing fan?
I am not,
Okay.
but
It's my jam, though.
yeah. But there's just so many games that are coming out. I'm glad that The Last of Us got delayed a little bit. Um, it's not coming out super early. Got pushed back a few months, which will give a bit of a respite. So like that way, I can maybe play some of these other games and just kind of go through them. But there's just so many games at the beginning of the year. It's
I don't
insane.
plan to get Borderlands 3 until it's no longer a, exclusive on um, this stupid store. What's it?
Epic.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not really holding on to plans for that. I'm looking forward to that Resident Evil one that looks like a Left 4 Dead type game. That one
Yeah,
looks
that
cool.
looks
But
very
when does that drop?
I believe that one's this year, actually.
This year?
I believe so. Let's double check.
That's another one I'm looking forward to. What was it called again?
Shit. Resident Evil.
Project something or
Project
other.
Resistance.
Let's take a look
But
as we consult the Ozzy computer, aka my phone.
We're looking that up. So I don't know if you guys talked about this last week, but did you hear about PS4 finally caving for the crossplay?
no, I did not. Please do tell.
They finally caved and they're gonna allow crossplay on multiple games. Right now, it's like up to the developers to implement it, but they're completely on board now. So probably PlayStation 5 is gonna be completely crossplay for everything.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I know the new Call of Duty is the first big one to be like you can play it off anything else, PC, Xbox. I don't know about Switch, but if that's on there, then probably.
So, really quick, there is not a release date yet for Project Resistance. WePC.com has this information on it. This was posted October 17th. The unfortunate news is that Capcom still hasn't confirmed the release date for Project Resistance. Apparently, the title will be playable during the Tokyo Game Show, which should mean it's pretty close to being released ready. Only time will tell, but we wouldn't expect it to drop until late 2020. So, probably be a while.
Not bad. So, again, hopefully that'll be pushed some more towards the later end of the year, so that way you can play all these other games.
I do want to say I want to finish Outlast because I started that for Oddities and Intros for October, but that game has drawn me in, and I do want to finish that one. I know you haven't finished Amnesia yet. Do you think that'd be a game that you would like to finish, or are you done with that for Oddities and Intros? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd like to finish it.
Wait, which one?
Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Oh, I was gonna hope you were gonna play more of that Man of Madrid or everything.
Man of Medan.
That one.
The problem with that one, and the reason that we did not see more content on the channel with that one is we actually had a second episode that we recorded, and it was like an hour and a half long, and we from the beginning we had difficulties with that game for some reason. The recording doesn't come out.
There was technical difficulties with the second video.
I noticed that, yeah, the first one too, a little bit.
Yeah, because we test the videos after we record them, and for whatever reason, the audio came out, but no video at all came out. So we'll see if we can revisit it, and then even
that
after...
That one was fun, at least.
Yeah, and
it was getting to, like, on the second video we did, it had gotten to a point where it was really starting to get good.
You know, I've always heard this. Don't talk about content people can't see, because then they'll always want it.
Well, there's nothing that says we won't go back to it, but yeah, it was. We recorded the whole video, and the video didn't come out. It came out like a frozen picture, right? Like it's early on, midway through, for some reason, the recording stopped functioning, and it just recorded a freaking frozen image the whole time. So, and we had problems recording that one from the get-go. So it's kind of like, you know what, we got other games. Well,
technically we have the audio, so we just have to like draw like the visual interpretation of.
I am not about to animate a little animatic for that. I mean,
it doesn't have to be animated. Yeah, just the stick figures on paper.
That'd be fun.
Well, you can do that.
Like a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
But so fun.
But I would like to. I really did want to have that as one of the games that we played, but that honestly was the reason for the withdrawal of that game.
I was wondering what happened.
But we may end up going back to it at some point. Just because Halloween is over doesn't mean we can't play horror games anymore.
This is true.
Yeah, and we'll have to look.
Halloween's always in your heart.
Oh yeah. We have to look into it. Maybe next time, maybe not recording, but possibly a live stream.
That could happen.
We could look into that as a possibility, just to see what our options are. Because it was a fun game. We did have fun with it, but it's just due to technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
I think that's about all I got.
Alrighty, well, it's now November.
Indeed.
Now the Feast of Thousand Feasts has begun.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure by now all the Halloween stuff has been. Still.
What day in November is this?
28th, my birthday.
No. When this comes out.
You're jumping the gun.
Oh, I thought you meant what.
This is Saturday. Dia de los Muertos, motherfucker.
I thought you meant like what day was Thanksgiving, which...
No, meant what day this comes out. We're still spooky. Day of Dead.
Okay, November 2nd, yes. This comes out November 2nd.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give a shit. It's about Thanksgiving. That's what.
Every 6 years, my birthday lands on Thanksgiving. So I'm happy about that. Yes. It's turkey. Would you cook it pretty, please, turkey? I don't want to eat it, Luby's turkey. with some pumpkin pie for dessert. That's my holiday. That and Christmas. So you had your holiday. Now, well, I won't be around for the most part for this month. I'm gonna try to get my licensing stuff finished early, so I will be.
He's not.
What do you mean? I'm not what?
He won't.
He said you're gonna do it early, and it's like you're not gonna get it taken care of early.
I'm not a
Like
procrastinator.
final exams and you're like sweating the day before.
Well, even if I were to put it off to the day before, it is literally impossible to do 70 hours worth of material a day before, obviously, for obvious reasons.
You can.
But at any rate, people, I will miss you for this month, and I know you will miss me. But I will be in your hearts, and I will be back in December.
Sure.
Yes.
We'll see.
Anybody else got anything else?
I'm trying to think.
The last tidbit that I saw just recently, today actually, was that the PlayStation View is now being discontinued.
Wasn't that like their paid service, right?
Yes, that was basically their paid version of live TV, and it seems like they sent out an official statement saying that as of January 2020, they're gonna discontinue their live TV services. That the market's there, but it's not quite where their expectations are of it so far. So they're gonna kind of step back from that and focus just right now on gaming. And they still have.
I'm sure they're going to divert a lot of resources to the PS5 and the development of those games. And
Yeah,
stuff.
PS5 is going to juggernaut.
Indeed, and even with the PlayStation View that was out, it between all these other streaming platforms, it was kind of staggering behind. It just couldn't keep up. But
There's too many now.
It's basically PlayStation's XFL. It's like you're already making money hand over fist. You don't need this other thing at all.
yeah, so
The XFL's coming back,
Well, maybe the PSV will come back.
yeah,
I suppose.
we'll see. But yeah, so that's what happened. Which they're gonna just focus on the gaming for now. Which again, they've been doing it pretty spot on. Again, the Switch has been kind of taking over as number one, but PlayStation held that rank for a while. So
PC Master Race.
no,
Yes.
but that's my last little tidbit. Was just that's being discontinued, but
Well, there's already it's already getting saturated, the market, with the live TV streaming services. You got YouTube TV. YouTube threw their hat into that ring recently. You have Philo. You have Fubo TV. You have Hulu plus live TV.
These fake words you're making up.
What fake words?
Fulu.
I said Hulu. You haven't heard of
Oh, he said
Hulu?
something before that. Philo.
Philo,
hell
Fubo,
is that?
Fubo. You haven't heard of
Fubo.
these are
Or
like,
bias.
you've heard of these, right? Obs?
Is he making stuff up?
a little bit.
I am not making.
Sounds ignorant.
I am not making anything up. Look it up. Look it up. Look up Fubo TV, Fubo.
Get
Look up
on that
Philo
Google.
TV. Look up Hulu plus live TV. Look up YouTube TV. These are out there, real things. I'm not making words up.
Look up this thing called antennas. I pick up these.
How dare you say I'm making things up, even when I'm actually saying the truth?
I haven't heard of some of these. It's
Well,
insane.
that's not my fault. I'm not making it up just because you haven't heard of it. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's a mendacity.
You're starting to get a little worked up over there.
Well, you worked me up. Everybody, all of you worked me up. How can anybody not? I sympathize with the Joker. Jesus Christ, I swear.
It's like he's not going to be here for a month, so he has to get all the rants out now.
He's forcing himself to smile right now with his fingers.
Tears coming down his eyes.
He hasn't started forced laughing just yet, so we'll see.
But these are real things. Look it up. But yeah, there's already a pretty big market out there, and I'm sure I haven't even named all of them. Sling TV, obviously, is another big one.
I'm just going to start naming them off. Look at that.
But yeah, so
Like CBS. I don't know. There's way too many. There's too much.
Much too much.
yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all we got.
I think so. Who wants to
It's been a
play us out?
wonderful, spooky time.
Yes, it was a lot of fun for the month of October, and we only plan to get bigger. So this month we definitely had a lot more lined up than we did last month for our little mini Halloween game session. We lined up more this month, and we definitely plan to line a whole lot more up next month. We'll continue to have holiday specials in different capacities. I'm sure we'll think of something that we can do for Christmas. We'll keep having different things that we'll do, but stay tuned. And the goal for the month of October was to reach 150 subs by the end of the month. Didn't quite make it there, but we still want those subs. So if you tune in and you are a fan and you do enjoy our content, please by all means share it. Let people know. Give us a chance.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, all of that. Smash that like, subscribe, comment on what you want to see below, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. Critique us by all means.
Movie thing.
We're open. We're open to suggestions. So would you like to see a movie of the month type thing, like what we did on Halloween? Let us know what you think. We definitely are open to critique, be it praising or damning. But I think that's gonna wrap it up.
Let us know how much more general jousting you want. We'll provide.
No general jousting for November. Even though I'm like, no general jousting in November.
He's not here. He can't control us.
Nobody wants that game. Guild Strife is just being stupid.
Highly rated. Isn't that like the top video now?
No, it's not even close. Not even close. No, it couldn't be. But at any rate, I personally... Ops, why don't you play us out? Or see us out?
Before we go, there's some bar up in Austin that turned into Moe's Tavern
Really?
for Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're gonna have it up until the 3rd of November.
That's badass. I have to find a picture of that. I'm actually,
Yeah, I'm trying to.
and
Here we go.
back in Florida, I went to Moe's Tavern.
The Universal one, right?
Yeah. Got a Flaming's Moe.
Flaming
That
Wolf.
is
Oh, there it is.
cool. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. But,
Yeah.
thanks.
And as a resident of Springfield, I like it.
But you're not allowed out of your attic.
I can still live in Springfield.
Yeah, does that exclude him from living in Springfield?
No, but how have you even seen
Listen,
it?
we know Bart's the evil twin now. I get to go out and go with Homer.
Oh, so how is Bart? Is he enjoying his fish heads?
I don't know. I don't care.
On that note, we'll try and share this picture so that way our viewers can see this real life version of Moe's Tavern. But yes,
Try to hit it up there in the weekend.
awesome. Yeah, let us know how it is. But I'm obviously 2003. I was here with Espionage DB7.
Yes, and since this is maybe the last time you hear me for about a month, I'm going to sign off with this. We've been joined by Hugo Simpson, and I am the one, the only rocket blasting, longer lasting, ass beaten, never cheating, flag taking, explosion making, flamethrowing, sword throwing, grenade flinging, foreplay high thinking, trash talking, shots talking, death bringing, crowbar swinging, headshots, whether you like it or not. Espionage DB fucking 7.
He's not quite, but he's. I don't know. No, I don't know. But yes, I'm sorry you had to sit through that again.
My fans wanted it. They clamor for it.
No.
I don't think anyone's ever asked for that. More people have asked for General Joust.
Death the Fox Goddess has asked for that.
For genital jousting.
Not for the... Oh, sure, the level.
On that note, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, I'm sorry you had to sit through that shit again. Good luck, S, with your studies and all that
Settle
good
down.
stuff. Yes, have a good
Hope you
one.
had a great Halloween.
Yes.
Settle down.
Happy Day of the Dead.